Apex Legends burst onto the scene and was such a huge force to be reckoned with in the BR genre. This is my favorite BR game. Respawn makes such great FPS titles. However, it's no secret that the momentum is slowing down. On Twitch, we've seen viewership decline, and it seems like interest has stagnated as the Season 1 Battle Pass wasn't that hype. With that said, here are 5 features that I really want to see added to Apex Legends that I think could radically transform that. Now, first of all, I do want to say that the Titanfall 2 team was about 90 people large. That team is the one that went on to ultimately become the Apex Legends team. So it's fair to probably assume that there's about 150 people or less working on Apex Legends. I think it's important to keep this in mind when we compare Apex to games like Fortnite, which has a team of over 700 people working on it, that even though we want to see really fast updates and improvements coming to Apex, it's probably never going to be the exact same level or pace of updates that we see from Fortnite. With that out of the way though, I do think Apex Legends over the course of the next 6 to 12 months, if it improves, if it adds new features, and maybe a few of these things, could just rocket ship right back to the top of Twitch and regain a lot of that momentum that it had at launch. The first thing I would love to see, new game modes. I know a lot of people have been asking for solos and duos for a while now, and I'm going to join that train by saying yes, I think you should extend the option for players to play solos and duos. I understand that the meta is always going to be balanced around 3-person teams. That's fine, but I don't think it does a whole lot of harm having the option for solos or duos within this game. And I don't think those modes have to be limited to just solos or duos. Team Deathmatch would kill it in this game, no pun intended. Seriously, people would love to train in a TDM style mode. Titanfall 2 players, sound off. I know you guys want to see some traditional Titanfall modes come into play within Apex. I don't know if it's possible, I don't know if it's a heavy lift, but these guys know how to use the Source engine, and it is something that I think would be very popular and successful. And for those Titanfall 2 players, if you remember the game mode Live Fire, I think they could very easily do a live fire style game mode in Titanfall 2 just by cornering off very small parts of the map and reducing the size of those lobbies. And the biggest game mode that I know most folks want to see, and that is a ranked playlist. A lot of the pros and the really skilled players, they go out, they crush their wins all day, every day, and they're looking for some better training and some stronger competition. A ranked game type would be a perfect fit for these kinds of players who are getting ready to start competing within Apex Legends, and it would definitely bolster views over on Twitch and YouTube. The second thing I want to see are more direct references to the Titanfall universe. Yeah, we have Blisk in the opening cutscene, but for the most part, you don't see much else of the Titanfall universe making its way into the game. Whether this is art, or maps, or ships, or weapons, I want to have more references to Titanfall in this universe. Perhaps there's an event that implements a Titan. Being able to get the chance to walk around on this map with the Titan sounds pretty messed up and broken, because it probably is, but I just think that there's such a rich universe here in the Titanfall scene that implementing some of that lore from the pilots and some more lore from the different factions would do wonders for those longtime Titanfall fans. That one's more of a minor one, but I definitely want to see it happen. The third, a new map. I think it's about time that players got the chance to play on a new map, as the geometry within the base map, really good. Kings Canyon, we all know it, we all love it, but you probably understand every single section of that map at this point. If you put a decent amount of time into Apex, you know every spot, you know the routes, you know most of the sight lines, and I think it's about time that we got a different map with some different aesthetics. A snowy map would be fantastic. Please avoid the PUBG mistake and don't build a giant desert map. I do know it's very hard for Respawn to create new maps in the Source engine. They were saying getting their game to work on this player count scale on a map this big was one of the biggest engineering lifts that they have. So I know new map seems a little bit unrealistic, but come on, Respawn, it would do wonders for the game. Number 4. This one you can probably guess a mile away. A better Battle Pass. I don't understand how the Season 1 Battle Pass could be so lackluster when there are such amazing skins within this game, and such amazing skins within Titanfall 2. These guys could have seen it coming. I think any amount of basic levels of focus feedback testing with groups of the Season 1 Battle Pass would have told them, yo guys, this is kind of lackluster. It's not a great incentive to keep people playing each day. If the Season 2 Battle Pass doesn't improve things, I think it could spell disaster for the later months of Apex this year. Things I would love to see better challenges. This is one thing that Fortnite does so well, is giving you regular incentives to push towards and trying to play outside of your comfort zones. Sure, you can play as different champions to earn your extra bonus towards your battle pass, but there's not a whole lot more beyond that. Why can't you log in and go get 10 Prowler kills today in this particular setup, or maybe pick up a G7 and get 6 knockdowns with it? Those are the kind of things that I think would encourage people to play a little bit differently or try legends that they don't normally play. And of course, you need to have great rewards associated with it. Keep the loot boxes flowing, make more skins, make more great artwork, and then just give players a long stream of incentives to keep them playing. Because if those rewards come too few and far between, the effort of putting in 2 hours each night doesn't always feel like the reward is quite worth it, especially when there's such great artwork and great artists working on this game. And number 5, more weapons. Keep expanding the sandbox. Each time you guys add a new weapon, it creates new opportunities for people to play with different playstyles. And come on, you have got a fantastic backlog of great weapons that you've already tested and you've got a ton of data for within Titanfall 2. Yeah, you have to tune them differently for Apex, but a lot of those weapons would make fantastic additions. Along with those new weapons, you should put new attachments into the game. Suppressors, maybe better barrels, laser sights to improve hipfire accuracy. Not that you really need it, because this game hipfire is pretty incredible so far. What about magazines that increase your reload speed? We know the L-Star is most likely going to be the next addition to the sandbox for Apex Legends, but keep it flowing, man. What about things like the G2A5, R201, the CAR, the Volt, the X55, the EM4 Cold War? What about the EPG-1? Or how about the Sidewinder SMR? Tons of options for weapons that could easily be brought in, and in a battle pass kind of system, that would keep me playing very regularly throughout like the next season of Apex Legends. If I knew that every other week a new weapon was coming into the sandbox, I'd be way interested in checking it out, sharing videos with you guys about those new weapons and how they impact the sandbox. And so there you have it, some new game modes, more references to Titanfall 2, please new maps, please, 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 a better battle pass for Season 2 with better challenges, and of course, more Titanfall weapons coming into that Apex Legends universe. What features do you want to see added to Apex Legends? Do you think them including new game modes or new maps or any of these features could help bolster the viewership on Twitch and the general interest on the game? I think it is interesting the level that Apex is being held to, especially when it's being compared to Fortnite, which honestly, if you look at Fortnite, it had a lot of years before it became the behemoth that it was. Apex has not been granted that same leniency and that same time frame to improve and grow, even with a much smaller team. It's part of the consequences, I guess, of releasing a Battle Royale game. And even though Apex may not have been at the same popularity level that it was a few months ago, it is still gotta be Respawn's most successful game thus far, and EA, I'm sure, is pretty happy, regardless of it not, matching those exact numbers as Fortnite. It was a pretty meteoric rise that first month and a half, and I still find it to be a really fun FPS and my favorite Battle Royale game right now. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel, hit the alarm bell so you know when next upload is going live, and follow me over on Twitter at BBKDRAGOON. Have a great rest of your day, and I will talk with you again very soon. Nice.
That sounds like fun.
Did the game die?
I think the game died. Yeah.
It's pretty dead.
He's dead, Jim.
I just see Caustic looking at me, really angry.
Oh, his hair.
Dude, what is this?
What is happening?
Oh my gosh!
He's like, where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go?
Look at his flap. Do you see his flap?
Good night.
What happens now?
Oh God.
Oh, we can't play this.
Everything's in super slow mo.
We can't play this.
Did it just freeze for you?
Oh, poor Apex.
Oh, this is.
Look at Pathfinder.
Should we back out? Should we leave match?
I just want to see this train wreck go a little bit further, because your little Pathfinder keeps swinging in a little bit further.
I know he's almost going. Oh, he's gonna do it. I think I have to wait till every graphic has loaded completely.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Whoa, look at that grundle.
Oh, skabloosh. Oh, can't do it again. One more time.
Do you remember those belts in high school that you could... Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Remember those belts in high school that you could, like, program? That's what that reminds me of.
Oh, wow.
That was the best server error we've ever had.